It was pretty good. I'm coming from Dallas. That's where I've been doing my off-season training, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
Mike, can you explain why this was the right fit for
I think it was a perfect opportunity, for me to, come in and try to compete for a spot. And, I think it's just a great opportunity for me in my career at this point, anyway. Having a talk with Coach Campbell and those defensive guys, they got a plan for me that I think is, a good opportunity for me, like I said. And, I just want to come in here and, have fun and, just play ball, honestly.
You were mostly playing outside last year in KC.
Yeah.
I know in Minnesota you did quite a bit of work in the slot as well. You said they've got a plan for you, so how do they see, I guess, that versatility playing into the scheme here?
I mean, they asked me what would I rather play, and honestly, I don't have a preference. Like you said, I have experience playing both, so wherever they see me fit is wherever I play. So.
First impressions of AG and those defensive coaches that you talked to?
So I actually I met with AG coming out of college when he was with New Orleans, and we sat down at the combine, and I remember that conversation. We was going over some coverages and stuff, and I liked the vibe, and here we are again. So it's the same vibe too. Coming from he played ball and he has a lot of NFL experience, and I think he can get me to that level of competition that I think I can play at, and I think it can help me get there. So.
What kind of seen Detroit from the other side when you were in the division? I just wondered what your perception was then, and how it's kind of changed now that you've been in the building and met everybody. And it's obviously changed since.
Right. That Coach Campbell is, creating around here. I can feel it growing, and when I had those conversations with those guys, it kind of drew me in, and anybody who's believed in me, I'm willing to go to war for. So, that really stood out.
What did you think of Detroit from afar, like when you were playing for the Vikings?
I didn't really know much. Obviously, I knew about guys like Calvin Johnson and Matthew Stafford, but honestly, I didn't know much. So I'm still trying to roll into the culture and figure out how things go here. So.
You obviously had injuries sort of held you back a little bit early in your career. And last year, healthy, you had a really good year. So, what do you think you finally showed or were able to prove that once you got healthy, that was who you were?
I think I still got a lot to prove. Coming off of those, significant injuries, I don't think a lot of guys can bounce back from those. And, I'm just blessed to even be in this position to, show that I can come back and be the player that I know I can be, and even better. So.
It's been a crazy offseason just in the NFL in general.
Yeah, I just got the news today about Tyreek Hill, so it's definitely.
I was curious what players think of this, like all the movement, all the money being thrown at some of these receivers.
Yeah, as you get experience in this league, you kind of figure out it's a business, and you see new faces every day. Guys can come and go. This is my third NFL team. I'm going on year 5, so like I said, it's a business, and you start to learn. You kind of expect some of these things, and it's not really. It's still surprising, but like I said, it's a business.
I was gonna say, even like Tyreek getting traded, that's gotta surprise you a little bit, though.
It is surprising. It's surprising, but like I said, it's a business. Things happen, and all you can do is control what you can control. So.
Dave mentioned the injury history. Beyond that, beyond just being able to be on the field for 17 games last year, the performance seemed a lot more consistent in that 1 year in KC. So, what clicked for you as a player?
What clicked for me? Just getting my confidence back. Trusting my body, trusting the people that I work with to get my body back right, and just going out there and playing ball, having fun, bro. That's the most important thing. When you start worrying about injuries and other things, I think that's when things start to actually happen. So for me, I'm just trying to go out there and play ball and have fun at the end of the day.
How hard was it to clear that mental hurdle with the neck injury in particular? It's a real scary one, obviously. How long did it take you to feel back to normal? Playing on the defense side of the ball, we delivered a hit, so it kind of took me a while.
but I think I know I'm at that point to where, when I'm out there, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just, going out there playing full speed, doing what I do. So, but it was definitely a hurdle to get over, and kind of took me a little bit, but, I think I'm past that.
How pleased are you that you can have the same vibe after, that injury, the way you talked about AG earlier?
It goes a long way. It just shows that that's who he is. And like when I met him earlier, and it was the same vibe from when I talked to him on the phone, the same vibe from when I met him at the combine. So I'm looking forward to working with him. I hope he can get the best out of me, and I'm just coming to work every day and try to prove everybody right who believes in me. So.
You're entering a pretty young quarterback room here. Have you met any of those guys, and what do you know about your new teammates?
I haven't met any of them yet. I do know, I'll probably be one of the most experienced in the group. And like I said earlier, it feels kind of weird because I still feel like I'm, the young guy. I've always been the young guy on the team. So, I'm going to try to do my best to come in here and, get the best out of these guys every day, come out here and compete and, try to share some of my experiences with those young guys and, try to, make this whole group better. So, I'm just blessed to be here, blessed, to have this opportunity to, do this.
Do you feel like you maybe have that kind of leadership gene in yourself?
Say that again?
Do you feel like you kind of have that leadership mentality in yourself?
People who know me know I'm a man of many words. So, the most I can do is lead by example. And that's just coming in here, working hard, paying attention to the details and just trying to, help those young guys as much as I can. So.
Mike, I'm just wondering, what was it like to play in that playoff game against the Bills, especially what happened in the fourth quarter and overtime?
That was crazy, man. It just goes to show you the game is never over. You got to fight to that last whistle, and that was probably one of the craziest games I played in. And it was a roller coaster the whole game. So it was crazy. It was a shootout, and luckily we came on top, and that's all that matters. So.
I just have one last thing, just the totality of the offseason. Do players like it? Like, is it good for the league? You think when players like Russell, Deshaun, all these guys are getting traded, and then I don't know, being able to take control of their own careers in some way and say, hey, I want to go here, or I want the arms races, I guess.
Right. I think, honestly, in my opinion, I think some guys deserve to, at some point in their career, deserve to dictate their future and how they want, the rest of their career to play out. And, guys like Russell Wilson, I mean, he deserves it. Gave Seattle, so many wins and a lot of, success in that city. So that's my view on it. I think some guys deserve it. Some guys just want a different, opportunity, different culture to be around. And, I don't have a problem with it, honestly.
Thanks, guys. Chris will be down in a minute.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
With the Ravens, you're able, through a playing special teams, you're able to, get more playing time on defense, gradually to play, 1/3 of the snaps last year on defense. What do you want to accomplish here in Detroit now?
What I want to accomplish is just help build the culture that Dan, Miss Sheila, and that Brad are trying to build. I want to be a part of that. I want to come in and compete and kind of just see what chips fall from there.
I think we all know you, as prowess on special teams, but what sort of opportunity do you think there is for you here on defense? What have they told you, I guess, about that?
What they told me that there's opportunity to come in and play and kind of see where the chips fall where they may. So I'm just kind of looking forward to that. I'm grateful, thankful just to be here and kind of just see where this goes, basically.
Through this process, why was this maybe the best fit for you?
What was the best fit? I just kind of look from like an opportunity standpoint, like a culture standpoint. I see they're building, and I just kind of want to be a part of that. So from my options that I had, so yeah.
I think we look at Baltimore as kind of one of the prime examples of a great organization, great culture, great leadership, top down. Being kind of bred in that system and spending your entire career there, how valuable was it for you to see, I guess, how it was done and to have your developmental years there for the last 4 seasons?
I think it was invaluable, like coming from a program like the Ravens and Harbaugh and Steve Bisciotti and Eric DeCosta and just seeing how they work and how they move and how they operate is definitely going to be invaluable, like moving forward, just to kind of see and how I can help bring that here and bring some of the things I learned there. I think is definitely invaluable.
The snaps that you got last year on defense, do you feel like you're ready to take that next step and be a regular? I know you have to earn it, but do you feel like that's next for you?
Yeah, like I said, after I earn it, I feel like I definitely can take that next step as far as improving and increasing my defensive snaps. So I kind of guess like I said, we'll see. I definitely plan on working and kind of going from there.
What's the best part about Dan Campbell?
Best part of I had a few brief conversations with him. I've seen him on social media a little bit. But he's definitely passionate, which I definitely admire. So I definitely look forward to speaking with him a lot more. So yeah.
You played a career high defensive snaps last year, but no starts. So can you maybe explain to us that didn't get to watch the games, like the sub packages you were in and kind of why you were used the way you were?
Yeah, I don't know exactly why I was used the way I was used, but I was mainly in for a lot of the third down snaps, played a lot of special teams as well, as you know, and it kind of just expanded my role. Each week was a little different, so it kind of just varied, but that's kind of where I was at last year, so yeah.
Do you feel like coverage is one of your strengths?
It's definitely one of my strengths, for sure, I would say.
We were just talking with Mike a little bit just about the craziness of the last week around the NFL, and I guess wanted to get your perspective. I mean, Tyreek today, right, Devontae Adams, Russell. It seems like there's a different big deal every day. Carson, your old teammates, I guess. Just what do you think of this last 10 days as a whole?
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting time of the year, free agency. I mean, I've been through it this past week, so it's definitely you don't know what to expect, to be honest with you, and it's kind of interesting to see, like what you said, Devontae Adams and Tyreek today. So it's definitely fun and interesting for sure.
Any moves surprise you now? I mean, now that you know the business side of the NFL, or is it just sort of unexpected, I guess?
Yeah, kind of expected. I mean, there's nothing you can't really expect anything. So it's definitely yeah.
Where were you when you got the call?
When I got the call, I was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Just got done training, so yeah, kind of went from there.
You've been called by teammates one of the best special teams players in the NFL. What about you makes you such a good special team player? Is it a mentality thing? Is it a physical thing? All the above?
I'd probably say my effort and just the way I carry myself when I'm on the field. I kind of just give it all I got and kind of let the chips fall where they may, and just the speed and physicality that I bring. So I'd probably say that.
When you got to the Ravens as a rookie, were you aware of John Harbaugh's reputation as a special teams coordinator? He did that for, I think, 10 years before he became a head coach. Were you aware of what the emphasis he puts on special teams and what it means to a team?
Before I signed, I was not aware, but after I signed, I definitely found out, and how much he definitely cares about special teams and just bringing in good players, second place teams. So I definitely found out afterwards. So.
Who were some of the guys you leaned on as mentors in Baltimore? I know Bynes is there, Josh was here for a few years. I mean, who were some of the guys you kind of leaned on as you learned the ropes?
Bynes, like you said, when I first got there, Anthony Levine, he was definitely a captain. Another guy named Albert McClellan, he was there my rookie year. Definitely leaned on those guys to kind of just show me how to be a pro, and they definitely helped me and were instrumental in the way that I carry myself today. So.
Do you see any parallels between the culture that obviously that the Ravens have had for decades, and you know you mentioned the culture here is the reason why you were brought here. So are there any parallels between those two that you see?
I'd probably just say the authenticity. To be honest with you, I can just tell it's like real here. You know what I'm saying? It just feels real. So that's kind of the main reason I came and why I just decided to come here. Yep.
What was the celebration like after Justin's kick last year?
See, that was an interesting game, an interesting series of events, but we were just happy to get out here with a dub. So yeah.
Can you promise that'll never happen again now?
I cannot promise that. I cannot, no.
Just going back a little bit, how'd you end up at North Dakota State? It's kind of a long way from Texas.
Hey, I don't know, but I'm glad I went. You know, I'm glad I went. It was freezing, but I'm definitely glad I decided to go up there and play ball up there. So
I got you a dome here, so you should be all right.
I should be okay. I made sure we had a dome. So, yeah. All right, thank you all.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks.
Keep looking good, Saul.